My life story will be simple and old as the world. My husband and I met at a corporate party. He was a manager and I had just recently joined as a secretary to the head of the department. We very rarely crossed paths, but at the time it felt like my eyes were opened and I gave him a chance. He wooed beautifully and I reciprocated. I loved and he just respected. Without hiding, he said that love is secondary, will come someday, and friendship and support is the most important thing in a relationship. I agreed, and that was probably my biggest mistake. You can't get married without love. A few years later he proposed to me and I said yes. I did not guess long, because I really wanted a family and marriage. He, as I found out later, married for the sake of children. After the wedding, he immediately shifted all his attention to the pregnancy. Endlessly said that he needs children and the clock is ticking. He is only 32. And about fatherhood, he almost from diapers dreams. All our communication first came down to the question of whether I am pregnant, and then why not ispovedi.com can do it as soon as possible. 6 years I tried in vain to become a mother, many doctors and counseling, cried tears and resentment. After every trip to the doctor we fought, he would break down and go somewhere else, only returning in the morning. I thought he slept at his parents' or in a hotel. I never thought about it. My mind was occupied with other things, but for nothing. My husband said that I was not even able to give birth to a child, and he at his age without children cannot, and sister-in-law pressed, because she had already had 3 children, and I and one cannot bear. One day she came to me and told me that my husband has another one. Her name is Victoria and she is much younger than me. It was a year ago, and naturally I didn't believe her, knowing her attitude towards me. But she was telling the truth. After a while, my man called me for a serious talk. He confessed that he had another woman and she was pregnant with his child. Knowing how much he wants children, she will give him ispovedi.com a baby boy. I begged him to stay, told him I would have more children and humiliated myself. But he left. It was very painful and terribly hurtful. My whole meaning of life was concluded and centered on one man, and I closed in myself. I plunged into work, thought about nothing. Little by little I began to come to my senses and think whether I should try to get my husband back. Recently, I learned from my colleague that they played a wedding and are expecting a baby. I am happy for my husband, but I don't know what to do. I want to let go, but I don't know how. He left me an apartment and even sends me money sometimes, but it does not save me. What should I do?